Fourth grade, we're going to talk a little bit about glazing. At each of the tables are different colors, and they usually coordinate with the table sign above. So at red are the red versions, like True Red and Raspberry Whip. But you might have to search for white, gray, brown, or colors that don't match our table colors. When you're doing your pinch pot bottom, you need to put 3 coats on: outside, inside, and don't forget the lip. Do not glaze the bottom. I set it in the kiln like this, and you don't want glaze to stick to the shelf. So that is just usually one solid color. If you wanted multiple colors, remember you can't mix them. If you do a light color and you do like stripes over the top of a different color, that possibly will show up, but it might possibly mix. So you have to be careful when doing that. When you're doing your lid, let's say the frosting is one solid color. You are going to take a fresh brush and you're going to glaze that solid color first, trying to avoid your sprinkles and cherries and things. So you want to make sure it's getting down in the nooks and crannies. I also want you to glaze the inside, and I want you to glaze the edge. But this time, where it touches the table, I don't want you to glaze that lip. You can glaze all the way down so that it looks like it's glazed completely, all the way to here. But right on this edge here, I'm going to set it in the kiln like so, and I don't want it to stick to the shelf, so you want to be careful of that. Now, as you switch colors today, you actually have to go over to the sink, turn the water on, run your brush across your palm like this under the water to rinse it out completely. Also wash the handle, because you're going to go back and use a different color, and you need to make sure that you don't contaminate my glazes. You will be traveling around the room, glazing every little thing, even the sprinkles. If they're going to be a color, they have to be glazed 3 times. Your cherry has to be glazed 3 times. So everything is 3 coats. You want to finish it today because I want to be able to put them in the kiln, and we can melt wax and make them into candles next time so that they are done in time for Mother's Day. So I have 2 coats on my cherry. You can stop. You can dry it a little bit or wait, but most of the time you don't even need to. You just need to remember the 3 coats, trying to glaze as carefully as possible. Nice and neat really counts in your grade. I will be looking at that when I give it a score. And then please, please, please wash your brush. Don't get a new one. You're going back to the sink, back and forth, back and forth. Whenever you change colors, please don't move colors table to table either. You are moving to the tables, so I shouldn't see orange over at the blue table and black over at the purple table, because I don't want the glazes to switch. They need to stay near their spots. Now, if you want to and you do a light color and you didn't put sprinkles, you can go ahead on top of your glaze and add things, but it needs to be the very last step. Sprinkles and cherries come last. Frosting and cupcake container go first. The first layer, then the second layer, okay? So once these are done, you are going to put them together. You can even stack them because they're dry. If they're not dry, don't stack them. And you can put them near each other like this on the cart, and I will get them in the kiln and fire them soon. All right, make sure you're cleaning up after yourself, snapping lids, putting them back on plates when you're done with the color you're using. All right. Let's glaze today.